man. Sorry for the bad news on the Virgil Ortiz and all that Golden Boy stuff. I seen an interview. It didn't seem like they treated you the correct way as a champion should be. But nevertheless, I see some big fights coming your way, and hopefully the belts start to give out more opportunity after this fight that just happened with Crawford and Spence. But nevertheless, man, we've had some great performances in boxing lately. I wanted to get some of your reactions, some of your predictions, and some of your thoughts on, potential fights for yourself as well. So, first off, we might as well just go with the banger. You know what I'm saying? What just happened this Saturday, Spence versus Crawford. What were your initial reactions
It was
watching the
crazy.
fight?
I haven't thought that it will end like this. Uh, I was thinking Spence will win. It was my prediction. I said it's 50-50, but I said maybe Spence will win. But he seemed very off. I don't know. Of course, Crawford did his job. He's like tremendous fighter. But Spence wasn't himself at all. But I don't know. Maybe it was weight cut. Maybe he was sick or something happened. And of course, after the car crash, he changed a little bit how he moves, how his legs move. I saw in Uga's fight, especially, something is not how it used to be.
Right, right. And as a fighter, being prepared for war for guys that you guys know that you're gonna be able to share the ring with eventually, you guys study
Yeah.
everything from, the feet to the hips to the head movement. What was when, first noticing the fight, when you knew something was wrong, uh, what
I
was
was
it?
just, you mean about Spence? Yeah, I saw only the
Yes.
movement, how he moves. Sometimes he lose the balance, in some simple punches. So that was my thing. Before he was like in the middle, standing like the feet on the ground. Everything is like he was like wrestling everything. Now everything changed. Or maybe Crawford is tremendous, tremendous fighter.
Well, all all Spence aside, looking at Crawford's performance, what did you see that was special
Everything, the
about him?
speed, the power, the shot selection, how calm he was, how focused he was. That's the main thing. I think the focus, under these bright lights. I was also thinking, the Spence had more experience, under the bigger shows, in the bigger crowds. And I know how it feels, when you start, you're fighting in small arenas, then it gets bigger, bigger, and it's like, strange thing. So I was thinking, yeah, Spence has more experience under that, but Crawford did everything exactly. It's like it was just perfect Crawford. He did everything right.
Um, looking at Spence, he wants to do a rematch with Crawford. Do you see any difference at 154 pounds that could be made? Plus, looking at the fight and studying the fight itself, could he make it more competent? Could it be more competition in the
It's the question
next
for
time
him.
around?
If he was 100%, then no, it will not change anything. But if something was there, then yes, he should do that, and I think it could be different. But this answer only he can answer.
Your opinion? Do you think it was the car crash, or do you think it was the weight cut?
Like I saw a lot of on Twitter, people saying he should retire, do this, do that. Believe me, sometimes bad weight cuts have a lot of impact. A lot. I don't know how much he cuts and how he does that. Everybody's doing different, but it has sometimes when you are doing it wrong. I had early in my career, sometimes some fights I did it wrong and I felt like terrible, terrible. So it might be this, also the car crash and all this inactivity also. It's like, I know that he doesn't like tune-ups. I don't like also, but being out of the ring, it's like sometimes you forget everything, the adrenaline, the crowd cheering, the noises. Everything is different when you are not active. When you're active, it's like oh, it's my home, everything is the same that it was like 5 months ago, 6 months ago. But when you are out for a long time, it's different.
Right. So it could possibly be it could be both. It could probably be the
Yes,
car crash
yes.
and the weight cut, is what you're saying. Now, you said that you've experienced a weight cut that was not necessarily, a healthy weight cut. Probably the way you did it was wrong. But explain to the fans as far as what could go wrong with your body and your mind when you're
It's
cutting that weight the
you
wrong
just
way.
like go in the ring and you feel like soft and weak and you can do like nothing. It's like you perform in the gym like 10 times better, and you go in the ring and you don't do like even 10%, you feel terrible. And some like I won the fights, but after the fights I was thinking I can do this because I look like terrible and it's not me, I know I can do like 10 times better. So it's hard to explain, like how it happens. It's like everything goes good in that sparring training, and then you go in the fight and it's like it's not me.
Right. How bad would you like to be able
I
to
would
get your shot
love
to
to,
fight Crawford?
my countryman, Mean Machine fought him, so I also would love to fight him. It's like I don't know. Boxing is the strangest sport, and unknown sport. It's not like what will happen. Like we said, like Spence and Crawford 50-50. But Crawford, it was one-sided, so you never know. I like that. I like to be underdog, and it gives me motivation, and discipline, everything. I like to be in that position because it gives me a fire.
Right. Right. It seems to me that, he wants to get into a rematch right away this year. If it was, if you was in his position and dealing with that much type of a punishment that he had, would you jump in this year, right into a shot with Terrence
You
Crawford
mean
this year?
me or Spence?
Spence, like if just you've been in the gym, you've been hurt. Everyone's been hurt in this sport.
Yes.
Recovery is a big deal.
I don't think so. This year is a good idea. How many months left? It's August, September, October, November. No,
Like
yeah,
five, what,
you
four,
need
five,
recovery
right?
like at
Five.
least like 3 months from training, like month, take it off like completely, and then maybe two. I don't know. I don't know how bad everything was.